Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Nahuli niyo ako. I'm rubbing my hands in glee, no? Happy Thursday po sa inyong lahat. It's our usual immigration corner on a Thursday evening between 7:30 and 8:30. Ang pangalan ko po, LIRA Simong CABATBAT, and I am a solicitor of over 31 years. Post-qualification experience na nga ngayon. Gosh, tagal na, no? I mean, when I started practicing, there were not many mobile phones, and mobile phones were actually used for calling people, no? So that long ago. Anyway, welcome po, no? As I was saying, I'm a solicitor. I specialize, amongst other things, in immigration po. And I am the principal of Douglas Simon Solicitors. So we're based in Richmond, which is the end of the district line. So anyway, for our regulars, no, welcome back. For newcomers, no, for newbies, well, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Now, just the bad news is, wala po si Kuya Sonny ngayon. Sonny LARAGAN, my partner in crime, he can't join us today, but hopefully he's with us next week. And anyway, Paula and I will try our level best to keep you entertained and hopefully informed, no? And actually, we have a big topic now today. Well, they're usually big topics, but this one particularly big. May panibagong kaso. The decision was only made nga 2 weeks ago, okay, on the 28th of September 2013, and of course we're only the 12th of October 2023, of course, no, 2023. So it's a very new case, and it's quite an important case. Ang pangalan po is Ahmed against the Secretary of State for the Home Department, no? And it's to do with losing your British citizenship. It's happening a lot more nowadays than, say, it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 35 years ago, no? So panibago po tong kasong to. So please stay tuned, because even though British na kayo, no, it could be that this is something that you need to watch out for, or if you're making an application to become British, again, to watch out for, no? So that's a big topic now today, and it's a Court of Appeal case. So I'm quite excited, no, to be discussing it with you. Now, because we don't have Mr. LARAGAN, my partner in crime, it's slight change nga in the format. So ang batian sa mamaya, no? And so in readiness for the batian, which is hopefully, no, don't forget to say hello to me now, to us, Paula and I. But in readiness for that, I thought we can have some bragging rights, no? Now, usually, of course, sinong unang babati, which is great. But this time, just a slight change nga to the usual process nga natin. I thought we'd have a look at questions, no, that comes up in the Life in the UK test. Just, to pay heed to the fact that, we're talking about British citizenship and the naturalization process. So, ang plano po, if you can have a look at the questions. So I'll explain what the questions are, and let me know what the answers are. And whoever gets the most right definitely deserves the bragging rights. But regardless, anyway, we'll go through the questions, because they have come up, as I say, in the Life in the UK test. And these questions were compiled actually by our very hardworking paralegal sa opisina namin, whose name is Claire. So she's shout out nga sa kanya, because without her, these questions would not I would not have them, and they're really quite interesting questions. So I'm quite excited also to relay nga the question. So hopefully, alam yung mga sagot, no? So now, unang question po, no, for you to look at, yeah. So so this is for these are two questions from the Life in the UK test. Roast beef, no. First question po, is a traditional food of which country? Wales, Scotland, Ireland, or England? Anong sagot? Okay. So, roast beef is a traditional food of which country? Wales, Scotland, Ireland, or England? Yeah, first question po. Pangalawang question, which flower is associated with England? No? Is it shamrock, daffodil, rose, or thistle? Okay. So, which flower is associated with England? Shamrock, daffodils, rose, or thistle? Question 2 yun, ha? Question 3. Where does the Prime Minister reside? Prime Minister natin, who currently, of course, is Rishi Sunak, no? So, does he live in Buckingham Palace, 1 Devonshire Terrace, 76 Charlotte Street, or 10 Downing Street? Okay. Third question po yun, ha? So, where does the Prime Minister reside? Our current one, as I've said, is Mr. Sunak. First answer, Buckingham Palace, 1 Devonshire Terrace, 76 Charlotte Street, or is it 10 Downing Street? So those 3 questions, no? So for bragging rights at the end of the show, hopefully someone gets it right. But anyway, we'll go through it because I'd like to practice nga, start practicing. We were discussing it now before. Some questions for the Life in the UK test, which can be quite a difficult test to take. And kailangan nyo ngayon for the naturalization application, because you need the 2 things, of course. There you need the B1, English language, and of course the Life in the UK test. If you've done your indefinite leave to remain application, then you will have done those 2 things already. But if not, then kailangan nyo for the British, for the naturalization, which is part of our topic nga ngayon. Anyway, I say again, thank you very much for joining us. No, I mean, Paula is madly working in the background. Unfortunately, we're not with Sonny can't join us tonight, but I'm sure he will be able to join us next week. So I'm quite looking forward to having you all to myself. I truly am. I'm quite excited about the whole thing. No, so yung topic nga po natin ulit, big one, which is losing your British citizenship. No, and this is this came about because of a new case, a very new case, 2 weeks old nga lang. The decision was handed down on the 28th of September 2013, which makes it exactly 14 days old. No, so it's and it has quite an interesting background yung kaso nga. But more importantly, this topic now, losing your British citizenship, is something that can affect substantially and very harshly someone who's been in the United Kingdom for a long time. So hopefully it's of interest to you. Now, other than that, I think Paula, shall we go into a break and then launch into our topic? Yeah, what do you think? There's probably a technical issue, or she's not expecting me to go into commercial already, to break. But anyway, so as I was saying, we have a big topic, and I'm looking forward to discussing it with you. And hopefully you will stay tuned and come back later. All right. So Paula, let's go into break for the moment. Tapos, if you're ready, and then launch it to the topic, or shall we go do the topic now? Let's go for commercial. Saglit lang, Come join me. Don't go away.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural. Tasty. Healthy. Versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Oh, you call me. Now, welcome back po. No, thank you very much for joining us. Yung nga lang, I'm sorry that Sonny is not with us today. Pangalan ko po Lira Simong CABATBAT, and I am with you hopefully between now and 8:30 nga, no? And we are of course doing our usual every Thursday between 7:30 and 8:30 Immigration Corner, no? I'm an immigration solicitor working for Douglas Simon Solicitors nga. And so we're here to, of course, deal with any immigration questions that you have at saka yung kaso, yung topic po natin. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. No, so we'll launch into the topic. This is a big one, and we also have some very interesting questions. So let's make use of the time to deal with the topic and of course yung questions natin mamaya. Now, losing your British citizenship. Now, there was this always distressing, and it is I cannot even imagine how difficult it must be to lose your citizenship. And this is exactly what had happened to Mr. Ahmed. This is a case that was heard in June 2023, but the decision was only handed down on the 28th of September. So 14 days ago. So 2 weeks old. So it's a very new case. It's a Court of Appeal case, so it's binding, no? So pag-usapan nga natin. So ang buong pangalan ng kaso, the Court of Appeal case called Saeed Tassin Ahmed against SSHD, which is short for Secretary of State for the Home Defense. And at the moment, as you no doubt know, our secretary is Ms. Suella Braverman. Now, so what was the main law that was discussed? No, so let me just read to you. It's a very short one. It's under Section 40 of the British Nationality Act 1981. So quite an old law, but it's good law still. I think it's still effective. No, sabi dito. So Section 40 says the Secretary of State may by order deprive a person of a citizenship status which results from registration or naturalization if the Secretary of State is satisfied that the registration or naturalization, was obtained by means of fraud, false representation, or concealment of material fact. And this is what happened to Mr. Ahmed. So let me just give you briefly the facts. Ano bang nangyari? Now, Mr. Ahmed is a Pakistani national, no? He came to the United Kingdom in March 2006. So a little while ago, no? At the time na pagpasok niya dito, he was already married. He had 3 children, in fact, already. Nung dumating siya dito in December 2006, he met a Polish national and he started a relationship with her. Now, in October 2008, so 2 years after his entry into the UK, he received from his wife something called divorce deed. You know? And so clearly it was put forward that he and his wife were no longer together. Now, a year after that, or shortly after that, on the 28th of May 2009, Mr. Ahmed, he made an application for a residence card as the extended family member of the EEA national. This is, of course, all before Brexit, no? Based on his durable relationship. Dahil sabi niya, at the time, they were already living together in a relationship akin to marriage for a minimum of 2 years. So, durable relationship. Now, shortly after that, in September 2009, they even married underwent an Islamic ceremony, and that was in September 2009. Now, 2010, so 27 July 2010, Mr. Ahmed was granted residence in the United Kingdom based on his durable relationship with his Polish partner, no, unmarried partner nga. Now, 2011, so fast forward 2011, 5 years after he entered the United Kingdom, Mr. Ahmed, he traveled back to Pakistan and stayed there for some 34 days. No? So nandun siya for over a month. At some stage during that visit, he had intimate relations with his wife. No? So ang pangalan ng asawa niya, Miss Shibuhi. No? As a result, yung asawa niya, she fell pregnant with their 4th child, and the child was born, in fact, in September 2011. So we're 2011, 5 years after his entry into the UK. And now, on the 21st of July 2015, Mr. Ahmed, he made an application for permanent residence in the United Kingdom, based on the fact that he had been in the United Kingdom for 5 years. In the meantime, he and his Polish partner had separated, and his application was eventually granted. He got permanent residence card on the 12th of July 2017. So it took a while, because there were issues nga. Now, on the 25th of August 2017, Mr. Ahmed went back to Pakistan, and sabi niya, he reconciled with his wife, okay? And then he came back to the United Kingdom. When he was in the UK, nearly a year later, 30th of July 2018, he made an application for naturalization. So this becomes interesting. So nagpasok siya ng application, and he said in the application, so he read and understood the guidance. For most of you, the guidance is contained under Guide AN, which states, you must tell us, this is the Home Office guidance on the form, you must tell us if you have practiced deception in your dealings with the Home Office or other government departments, okay? For example, by providing false information, okay, or fraudulent documents. This will be taken into account in considering whether you meet the good character requirement. No, it also states, you may be deprived of British citizenship if it's found that you've obtained by fraud, false representation, or concealment of material fact your citizenship. So, he signed the form, he submitted the application, and he was successful. Nakakuha siya ng British citizenship. So on the 20th of August 2018, his application, they wrote to him, sabi nila, your application was successful. He went to a ceremony and he obtained his certificate, and then he obtained a British passport, which is still what happens na nga ngayon. Still in 2018, ginawa niya, nearly Christmas, 17th of December 2018, he then made an application for his family, so his 4 children, and his wife in Pakistan to join him in the UK, And he said in their application, he gave details of his employment, which is the usual thing, that he can, of course, support them in the UK without recourse to public funds. And in his statement, sabi niya, I confirm that my wife and I got married on the 18th of March 2001. I lived with my wife for 5 years and then I moved to the UK. I've continuously remained in regular contact with my family via WhatsApp and telephone calls. I regularly visit my family, sabi niya. And then he gave details of visits in 2008, 2011, so until now 2018. Now, it gets interesting, or more interesting. On the 29th of November 2019, so nearly a year nga later, the Secretary of State made a decision to deprive Mr. Ahmed of his citizenship pursuant to Section 40 of the 1981 Act. Yung binasa ko nga kanina. The reason being, sabi ng Home Office, that he has either committed fraud or made false representation or concealed material fact, or all three. No? And because of that, sabi nila, they are going to deprive him of his British citizenship. And that's 16 years after his initial entry into the United Kingdom. Now, it went to court, no, and it went all the way up to the Court of Appeal, no. And as I say, the hearing was heard in June 2023, so a few months ago, but the decision was only handed down on the 28th of September 2023. Anong nangyari? The Court of Appeal, in fact, agreed with the lower courts that it was right to deprive Mr. Ahmed of his British citizenship, which is a massive problem. And the reason being, after looking at the facts, they concluded that he has either committed fraud or made false representations, or at the very least made concealed material fact. That is the relationship, in fact, that he continued to have with his wife. But that's not on its own. That's not a problem. In fact, the court of Appeal said, of course, you can have a relationship with two people at the same time. But it does go against, they don't think that, in fact, it goes against, or they think it goes against the durability of his relationship, in the beginning with his partner. But worse than that, he has concealed material facts. And because of that, binawi nila yung citizenship niya. Now, what happens to poor Mr. Ahmed? What happens to him is, of course, he still has a citizenship. So he has this. He's still a citizen of Pakistan, of course, and that's not been rescinded, of course. But nawala na nga yung citizenship niya dito, the British citizenship. Worse than that, so can he then fall back, to the initial indefinite leave to remain that he had, on the basis of his relationship at the time with the unmarried relationship with his Polish partner? The answer is no, because of course, sabi nga nila, they think that this concealment of material fact, of making false representation goes back to that application. So it's a bit like a domino. So nawala nga yung citizenship niya, and he can't now rely, of course, on his previous indefinite leave to remain, because once you get indefinite leave to remain, hindi mo na kailangan yon. So once you get British passport, hindi mo na kailangan yung indefinite leave to remain. So at the moment, unless he has something else that he can rely on, and I can't see what it would be. Dahil pamilya niya nasa Pilipinas at sa Pakistan nga. I can't really see on what basis he can still make this a new application. I suppose he can have a go at private life, because of the length of time he's been in the United Kingdom. But he only entered the UK in 2006, so he's clearly under the 20-year, he's short of the 20-year route. So Mr. Ahmed, unfortunately, is likely to face, having to leave the United Kingdom, and it's his home for nearly 20 years. Now, some would no doubt say, well, if you don't make full and frank disclosure, that may well be a consequence that you have to face. Some may say that's a bit harsh, but regardless, no, putting that aside, kung tama o mali, yung nangyari nga on anything outside the legal basis. What is sure is itong kasong ganito, these situations are likely to increase. And in fact, data shows that they've certainly increased many times, no, since records began, which I think was 15 years ago. There are many, many more cases where citizens, no, British citizens, are deprived of their British citizenship. No? And sometimes, like the case of Bigam, no, the very known case, even where someone is born in the United Kingdom. In the case of Mr. Ahmed, he obviously obtained his British citizenship by way of naturalization. So after coming into the UK as a student, after being having a relationship now, a claimed relationship with his partner, who was originally from Poland, and of course going through that process and getting indefinite leave to remain, and subsequently naturalization, getting his British passport. So he loses all that, no, for failing to make a full and frank disclosure. Now, what's the moral of this story? No, it is always it's important, no, pagka nagpapasok nga kayo ng application, no, kailangan nyo mag-ingat. And oftentimes, ang nagiging problema, hindi yung nagkamali, but rather the failure to declare, the issues. And in this case, lagi itong so most of these cases where your revocation of British citizenship, most of the time it is on the based on concealment of material fact, no, or false representation. So the two are often interchangeable when the Home Office makes these decisions. So, moral of the story: be frank, no, be honest nga with your applications. Kung hindi kayo sigurado how best maybe to put things, how much in the way of representations you want to make, seek legal advice. No, gone are the days, no, when naturalization applications are straightforward. I don't actually think that they are. No, they in the scheme of things, mga applications, the naturalization applications are usually the ones that I say to my clients, oh, kung hindi yung kaya ang pagbayad, that's the one you should do yourself. But nowadays, be careful, especially kung meron nga kayong background, no? And make sure nga that anything that needs to be declared, any material fact that needs to be declared, is actually declared. And if you're going to declare it, when you declare it nga, rather, make sure nga that you make representations. Makikita nila, okay, this is the issue. I'm declaring this, ito nga nangyari. So there, make sure you seek independent legal advice. So this case, as I say, if you want to look it up, yung citation nga, I can email that to you. But it's a Court of Appeal case. Ang pangalan ng kaso ay Syed Tahsin Ahmed against the Secretary of State for the Home Defense, and the judgment was only handed down on the 28th of September 2023. So it's literally 2 weeks old, no? So if you're making an application for naturalization, tapos you're a bit concerned about certain facts, have a look at this case. Kung gusto niyo makita nga yung buong kaso, I'm more than happy to, of course, email you the citation and the link, in fact, no, to the case. You just need to email us, or email Paula, or indeed email me. We'll give you our email address nga later on. Okay. So hopefully that was of interest nga to you all. It's very sad for Mr. Ahmed. No, it's I can't even begin to think, no, kung anong gagawin niya, no? Dahil lahat mga trabaho, kaibigan nga niya dito, yung plano nga niyang dalhin yung pamilya nga dito, all that is effectively gone, no? Because of what had happened. Yeah, as I say, some may say, well, it's a consequence of not making full and frank disclosure. But at the same time, it's a long time to be in the United Kingdom and then lose effectively everything. So, yeah, so be careful po, no, kung nagpapasok na kayong application. Hopefully that's been an interesting topic for you. It's been really, I spent a long time today looking at this case now, because it was it's one that I mean, it's sad, no, and it's an important one because obviously it's a court of appeal case. So as I say, kung kailangan nyo gusto makita yung buong all the facts, then let me know. I'll also be writing actually an article now about this. So if you want to also for me to send that to you, I'm more than happy so to do. There you go. So poor Mr. Ahmed in a way, but hopefully it's not something that happens to you. Now, Paula, I think meron tayong mga questions, no? So shall we launch into that? Yeah? Okay, so galing po to kay Luis L. Good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I'm looking for some advice. If I bring my Filipino wife here to the UK and her daughter at the same time, will her daughter need some type of consent from her father? Thanks in advance. Galing to kay Luis, no? Luis, I have this scenario actually fairly often, no? Now, kung kukunin mo nga siya dito and nandun pang tatay nga niya, no? Then one of the things that your wife and indeed you, would need to show is that your wife has sole responsibility for her, no? If she's coming in as her dependent. Sole responsibility, ibig sabihin, and siyang bahalang lahat, no? So she does not. She's the one in charge of education, titirhan, medication if that's needed nga. Now, some type of consent when you say that implies that she does not have, in fact, sole responsibility. So I know it kind of. I can see why people feel that they need to get that consent from the father or the mother, whoever is not coming into the United Kingdom. But that is a sure way of getting a refusal. Because if you're going to argue, that she has sole responsibility, then why do you need consent from the father? So the quick answer is, Luis, it's no, it should not be. In fact, it's counterproductive. Because kung hindi naman siya, hindi naman siya involved sa bata, then you should not even need consent. And the Home Office will not or should not look for it. So, may question pa ba tayo? So hopefully that's useful, Luis, no? But be careful, no? So, sabi po to galing kay I don't know if this is also from Luis nga, no? But so sabi po niya, hi there, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Hope you're all well. Yeah. Actually, I have a bit of a cold. So kung hindi niyo ako ganong naintindihan dahil I sound like I'm bummed up, I am, no? So my apologies nga. So I'll try and speak clearly, but it's meron akong sipon eh. I'm just looking to gain some information about getting dual citizenship. I'm currently a British citizen. My mother is a Filipino, but has been a British citizen since 1994. Okay, and my dad's British. I was born here in the UK. They were married in Cebu, but got divorced here in the UK around 2012. Okay. Am I eligible to gain dual citizenship through my mother being Filipino? If yes, how would I go about processing this? Are there any costs involved and how much? Now, ito po. The relevant law, in fact, I'd written an article about this last year, no? The relevant law, which is of course to do with the Philippines, is the Citizenship Retention and Reacquisition Act 2003. Before that, it was more difficult. So since 2003, I should say, you don't automatically lose your Filipino citizenship if you acquire citizenship, say British citizenship. No? Now, so if you acquired, if you were born rather after 2003, no, TJ, that means that it's likely that you can simply apply to to get to obtain a British a Filipino passport, because you will have retained, or you are what's called natural born Filipino, because you derive it not from your mom. If you were born before 2003, that gets a bit trickier. It also depends really when your mother effectively applied to become a British citizen, and also, of course, if she obtained dual nationality. If she has dual nationality, it's not a problem. If she obtained, if she became British before 2003, then that may be an issue. But where it's quite helpful, no, is if you look at the Philippine Embassy website, there's actually quite a helpful write-up on their website. If you need a little bit more info, as I say, I wrote an article about this in last year, no, 2022. If you email me, yung email mo, I will then send you a copy of my article, no. That also makes reference to the 2003 Act, which may be helpful. So I hope that's useful to you, TJ. And as I say, feel free to email me if you want a copy of my article. Okay. I don't know if there are any other questions, no, Paula? My favorite part of the evening, no? Batihan. So, the lovely Miss Pane, Mariang Galicia Pane. Hello po, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira. At Direct Pow, of course. At sa lahat, happy Thursday po. Magandang gabi, and stay safe always, and stay healthy, and God bless us po. God bless, Miss Paner, no? Hopefully you're keeping well, and that you're looking after your lovely long hair. Thank you for joining us, no? So it's sino pang bumabati sa atin, Pao? Egay, the guy. Love this man. Rainy Thursday. Tama ka. Rainy Thursday to Mr. Laragan, Attorney Lira, and hardworking Direct Pow. And to the viewers, no? Work from home today. Oh, lucky thing. And relaxing now, listening to Attorney Lira's lovely voice. I love this man. Looking forward to lots of learning again to get to today. Thanks, Egay, the guy. Egay, the guy. He is so. I like Edgar. He's so knowledgeable also. And I love the fact that sinasabi nga niya, no, is working from home today. And yeah, ngayon umuulan uli, no? I don't know whether the weekend's supposed to be better. But last, was it the last weekend? Anyway, a few days ago, naulanan ako. So you can probably hear it. At the moment, I'm so bunged up. I've been taking Lemsip for most of today, no? And lots of tea, no? And of course, ewan ko kung this is also your process. Pagka meron akong sipon, what I normally have is I sleep with my Vicks. Yung Vicks Vapor Rub, ewan ko also sa inyo yun. Sa akin, I can't sleep without my Vicks Vapor Rub kung meron nga akong sipon. But I'd be very grateful for any hints, no, any tips nga I can get rid of this horrible cold. So if you can't understand me, dahil nga I'm sounding bunged up, it's because I am bunged up. Anyway, so that's my moan for the evening. Hi, Edgar. So Gigi Alapro. Now, good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday. Also, Snooki and Watson. And Derek Paula, have lovely evening, all viewers. God bless, Gigi. Hope you're well, no? And thank you for tuning in. Regular natin si Gigi, of course, no? So, galing to kay Gigi. Attorney, dito ko masyado get questions number 2. Gigi, I love this word. So, yung Gigi is referring to what we were discussing unang-una, no? So these are the life in the UK questions. So Let me just read it. I love this woman, no? Talaga nanonood siya. So first question po, no? Um, Roast beef, no, is the traditional food of which country? Okay. So sabi dito, Wales, no, number one, Scotland, two, Ireland, three, or England. So sabi niya, answer one, England. Well done, Gigi. Tamang-tama, no? Now, next question po. Now, which flower is associated with England? No? Shamrock, one. Two, daffodil. Three, rose. Four, thistle. Ang sagot ni Gigi, sabi niya dito, three, rose. Tama ka, no? No, indeed. You know the reference, English rose, no? And then, pangatlo, where does the Prime Minister reside, no? First answer, Buckingham Palace. Two, 1 Devonshire Terrace. Three, 76 Charlotte Street. Or four, Downing Street. Tama na naman si Gigi. 10 Downing Street. Well done, Gigi. 3 for 3. Oh, wow. First person to get that to provide us with the answers, and also 3 for 3. Yay! Well done. Yeah. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. Well done. Look, hindi ito the Life in the UK test is not easy, no? Oh, Peter Kelly. Oh, good evening, Peter. Are you well? No, I love this. I tell you what, one thing about about phones, yeah, I love the emojis. Tingnan mo, no? We have lots of kisses. Kisses to you too, Peter. No? Hopefully you're well. Na wala kang sipon, unlike me. No? Jim J. Pobeda. Good evening po, sir, ma'am. At sa inyo mga kababayan, mapagpalang araw sa inyo. Sa iyo din, no? Hopefully you're well. Hindi ka na nasa loob ka, hindi ka nauulanan, no? Oh, Priscilla Penn, interesting topic. Thank you. This what's in my mind. Now, I tell you what, Priscilla, itong topic na ito, pinag-usapan nga natin, losing your British citizenship. It's again, I cannot even imagine, no, the effect, how difficult that is, no. So tama ka, no? It's not surprised it's in your mind. It's something always to bear in mind if you're making an application or meron kang tulungan na making an application. And it could be that you got your naturalization 10 years ago. Yeah, this can still be relevant. So yeah, no. So thank you for tuning in, Priscilla. No. So do we have any other questions? Oh, Ma'am Cora. I loved it. I love Ma'am Cora. She's so lovely. Hello, our beloved Attorney Lira. Many thanks again sa Immigration Corner that we always love to share us. Marami kaming natututuhan. As always, hello to Sir Sonny sa Pinas ngayon. Derek Paula. So and cute doggies. No, tama ka. I mean, look. I don't think it's a secret, no. I just didn't want to say it because I wasn't sure whether Sonny was okay, but okay. Ma'am Cora has already disclosed, no, his whereabouts. So yeah, no, I hope he's having a great time in the Philippines, no. So madaling araw sa ating ngayon, no. So we're 8 hours, no, 7 or 8 hours ahead, Paula. So I think Sonny is probably asleep at the moment, no. Isingin natin siya. Sorry, no? Immigration Corner. Anyway. Si May Tigbao Vargas. Good evening po, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, Direct Pao, and to all viewers, happy Thursday and God bless. God bless, May. Hopefully you're well and that you don't have a cold unlike me, no? I've been last few days I've been sleeping with my Vicks Vaporub, no? And living on Lemsip. Actually, I wouldn't mind, in fact, tonight, hindi pa ako kumakain. Kumain na nga kayo. Maybe I'll have see if I can rustle up some chicken soup. Oh, Miss Rafael! Oh, and she's feeling good because she's all in caps, no? Miss Emmeline Rafael, hello, good evening, Sonny and Attorney Lira and Direct Pao. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday po, Miss Rafael. I hope you're not, you're not working too hard and you're taking it easy. And or maybe you're traveling, no? Miss Rafael likes to travel nga, no? Kamusta po? Kamusta? You're doing well, hopefully, no? And wala kang sipon, unlike me. There you go. Any other batihan, Paula? So the guy. So guy Stan Enriquez, Attorney Lira, panahon talaga ng codes. Oh, you're so right. I've codes. Oh, talaga, ikaw din. Oh, sorry, may sipong ka din. Kaya rest is the best medicine. Plus, relaxing by listening to your lovely voice. Oh, just close your eyes. I love this man. No, he's so charming. Yeah, so actually, I'm glad at least hindi nawala ang boses ko. I was a bit afraid this morning na baka, you know how it is when you get colds, no? Sometimes nga you bunged up. So I had the headache already. That was a couple of days ago. Ngayon, sipon mainly. And usually, what then follows is nawawala yung boses ko. So I'm glad I still have that at least today. So bukas hindi ko kailangan. So I'm glad to be able to at least discuss and impart nga no this question. So look, well done po, no? Okay. Forgetting for forgetting absolutely, no? The Gigi, no? The 343 questions for in the Life in the UK test. Let's do that again next week, no? Because I'm kind of enjoying it, and the questions are courtesy of our paralegal nasa opisina namin, whose name is Claire. She's lovely, no? And she came up with those questions. So next week, I'll ask her to do the same again, no? But anyway, so it's now, oh gosh, it's strange. It's nearly 8:30 now, no? Wow. Astonishing how fast these things, the time goes when you're enjoying yourself. And I truly am. The only thing is, narinig nyo naman siguro, meron akong sipon, unfortunately. And I'm hoping that goes. So at the moment, I'm looking forward. After tonight, after a discussion, no, gagawin ko, I'm going to get my Vicks, and then I'll see if I can find rustle up some kind of soup. Ewan ko sa inyo, hindi ako ganong it's not, I get a bit put off eating properly kung meron akong sipon. So soup is nice, no, di ba? And hopefully hopefully the weather gets at least a little bit better. Oh, Miss Rafael, still not well, Attorney Lira. Very bad cough and lots of checkup. Still can't find the cause. Oh, Miss Rafael, talaga? Wow, that's terrible, no? Hopefully nagpapahinga ka, no? And yeah, keep us informed. Lots and lots of rest. At saka, I say, get someone to bring you some chicken soup. No? And you know what I miss, and I've not had for a long time, yung arroz caldo, di ba? So a little bit of rice, no? Yung some rice, tapos some chicken, and it's it's really rice soup, but it's great for colds, no? Especially with some ginger. Missing that, no? So the best I can do at the moment is Sainsbury's vegetable broth. That seems to be always in Sainsbury's. They never have chicken soup. So I think it's very popular. Laging, it's always out whenever I go. So yun ang kailangan mo, Mr. Fel, no? Someone to bring you chicken soup, or better yet, arroz caldo, no? That's you will be forever our friend. So if someone brings me some arroz caldo, okay, I killed you. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed your our immigration corner today, Thursday evening on the 12th of October. My gosh, October na tayo, ha? Oh, which means that what? October, November. Wow, 2 months, 2 months, about 10 weeks, to Christmas time. Astonishing. But there you go. So it's 8. Wow, it's 8:30 na, no? Isang oras na. it really, I so enjoy, I get so involved pagka meron tayong immigration corner that the time just flies by, no? Unfortunately, wala nga si Kuya Sonny ngayon because but he's having a jolly time in the Philippines, no? Whereas, hopefully, hindi nga umuulan sa atin. And well, actually sa atin, maganda nga, kahit umuulan, mainit pa rin. Dito, malamig. So, at naulanan nga ako. And pagka naulanan ako, more often than not, I get colds. But anyway, I'll stop moaning about my cold, no? Because I'm just, after this, I'm going to go and get myself some Vicks. But anyway, Gigi, well done, no? Shout out for getting 3 for 3, no? The life in the UK test, truly well done. No, they're these and that's I think it's 25 questions, nga, no? So they're not easy questions. So next week we'll do it again, no? Okay. Now, I think that probably just leaves me to say good night and kind of goodbye, no? So kung meron kayong mga questions po, ito ang email ko, no? Feel free to email. Ang email ko po cabatbat@douglas-simon.com. It's better to email me than call, but feel free to call, subukan nyo. But kung mag-email po kayo sa akin, pwede ba, lagay nyo dun sa subject, no, immigration corner. Dahil you'll find that I open my emails at whatever time of the day, unfortunately. It's a very bad habit of mine, no? Babasahin ko and then I close it, no? And then so unless I know your email address, then I will never find it again. But if I then note, you know, if I do search for immigration corner, all my questions that have subject immigration corner comes up. So wag niyo kalimutan, lagay niyo immigration corner. Feel free to try and call also. Telephone number po namin 0203-375-0555. I just warn you at the moment, I seem to be out at court an awful lot of the time, so it's very difficult to get hold of me by phone. But if you were very welcome to try, leave a message. But otherwise, subukan niyo ako by email, no? At saka mga kababayan, kung meron kayong mga questions, no, especially nga yung topic natin kanina, which is losing your British citizenship, email me, no? I'm more than happy to send you a copy of my article. I'm going to write an article now about it. And it's a new case, as I say. It was only handed down on the 28th of September 2023, so it's 2 weeks old. So if you're making an application, looking to make an application for naturalization, may be good to at least have a look at that, no, yung kaso yun. So happy to send you the citation so you can even look up the whole case. Anyway, so when you're looking up the case sa website namin, ito pong website ko, www.douglas with 2 S, no, -simon.com. So if you go into the news, section, if you click on that, I'll see about uploading it there so you can have a look. And as I say, any topic nga pinag-usapan natin kanina, if you need a little bit more information, feel free to email me. Pwede kayo mag-email sa akin ng Tagalog, of course, no, if you want to. Happy to also to receive emails in Tagalog, no? Hindi yung problema nga. Huwag nyo nga lang kalimutan din, kung pwede, ilagay nyo nga din yung number nyo, telephone number nyo, no? Dahil sometimes, mas mabilis nga, no, pagka na sagutin ko if there's a telephone number. And sometimes, it's just also easier to get things clarified, especially mga petsa, no? If I'm not very clear. And then that way, I can assist perhaps better, no? But yeah, so it's, thank you po for joining me, and of course joining Paula, no? So no Sonny at the moment. My partner in crime is having hopefully a great time in the Philippines, no? And we may see him next week. Maybe he'll dial in from the Philippines. That would be great, no? So I don't think he would have taken Snooki with him, but for my part, I have Watson with me. He's nakaupo siya dito, looking at me, and probably wanting some food, no? Me too, actually. I think I'm going to see if I can rustle up, as I say, some soup, because to try and get rid of this cold. Anyway, thank you po, no, for joining us. It's always a pleasure, no. Thursday evening, our immigration corner. I so look forward to it, and I hope, no, that you enjoyed our topic. It's a difficult topic, and it's quite a sad topic, really, you know. But hopefully you learn from it, and of course, kung meron kayong mga kilala that may be affected by this, pasa nyo, no. But otherwise, it just leaves me to say thank you again, po, no, for joining us uh, and keeping us company. No, it's always a pleasure, and I hope that you have a great week. No, and this goes to Sonny also. Hopefully, you have a great week. No, and that you take care, and that you know that you don't get a cold, unlike me. And if you do, make sure you get plenty of rest. Make sure you sleep with your Vicks Vape Rub, no, and have some soup. Anyway, I'm going to do just that now. Okay. So salamat po ulit for joining us. So just to say good night, and good night for me, and good night, of course, from our hard-working direct Pao, no, who without whom we would not be on air. So for the moment, until next week, no. Good night po. Bye.